What's up, bro? What's up with you? I want to break y'all off a little bit of some of my thoughts that I've been having throughout this day about the podcast. For those who follow Tapp'd In, who listen to Tapp'd In, who liking, who subscribing, who sharing, even for those who don't. I just want to say that the reason why, first of all, let me do a disclaimer. The disclaimer that I want to do is because I don't want rappers or anybody who's artists that rap, that do music, I don't want nobody to feel like that. I don't want nobody to feel like we against people who do music and we don't bring people on our podcast that do music because we hating on it or we don't like it or we against it or anything of that nature, because it's not like that. It's nothing, it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that I let people know offhand that it has nothing to do with that. Also, I want y'all to go to www.aliveshoes.com/drop-41. Also, www.aliveshoes.com/drop-turners. And go check out the shoes. Show some support on the shoes. And I really would appreciate it. Thank you. My phone keep falling. I'm driving. Sorry about that, y'all. But let's get to it. The conversation that I want to have with y'all, I wanted to talk about how we don't allow people to come on the podcast and talk about their rap career. We not saying that people that do that has anything to do with hip hop, that has anything to do with the movement of hip hop, that has anything to do with, music and expressing the arts through their mouth and through rhyme and reason. We're not saying that those type of people are not welcome on the podcast, but what we like to do is we like to put a message out there that's going to touch the youth. Put a message out there that's going to touch people who need to hear it, who need to understand that they're not the only ones who went through something. They're not the only ones who've been through a struggle. They're not the only ones who are feeling defeated by life itself. So if you come on our podcast and you talking about how many plaques you got, how many records you sold, how many, shows you've done, and how many different people you connected with in the industry, how is that helping the person who's saying that they want to commit suicide? How is that helping the person who feels like life is over with for them? They don't know how to get through their marriage. They don't know how to deal with whatever they're dealing with. If they're dealing with some type of sickness or disease, but they don't know how to get through it. But if you come on a podcast and you tell us about the struggle within your story and it leads up to you, how you got to your music, that's cool. But the story within it is really what we want to see. That's what we're seeking. We're seeking the story within that. The struggle within you getting to where you are as an artist. So I said that to say that it's not about the fact that you're doing music. It's about the fact that when you come on our podcast, we're not going to just strictly talk about you. We're not finna just talk about you. We're not finna just blow your head up for the people in the world to see when it's people who feel so down on themselves in life that they don't even want to live. That's not what it's about. What we doing, the movement we doing is about the people. It's about the people. So if you're an artist and you want to come on a podcast and that's what you feeling, you want to talk about something, that's how we move it. Now, we give everybody a chance to talk about what they doing, what their next move is, how they trying to do it. We give everybody a chance to do that. That's not an issue. We give everybody an opportunity to talk about that at the end of the show, but it's not going to be all throughout the show. And shouts out to Big Steve out there in Killeen, Texas as well, because he has a podcast where he bringing rappers on and artists on, and they pretty in depth on that too. I mean, I'm pretty sure he talk about other things too, but they talk a lot about that. So for one, there's already a platform for that in the Central Texas area, the 254 area. You know, it's already a platform for that. For one, shout out to Big Steve once again. But what we doing on Tapp'd In, that's how we moving, man. Because it's too many. You got the rap beefs going on. You got people rapping over, rapping and hating on each other about who's harder than who's better than who been doing it the longest, who's been doing it the best, and like we ain't bringing that kind of drama. We're not bringing that because that's not important. And we got to remember, like even our kids and even the younger generation, they looking at that too. They looking at that too, not just through the music, through videos, through movies, through all that, but like. When do we get to a point where we play a part in it all, where we figure it's time to be a better example? When do we get to that point where we see the example in the situation and we be that example in the situation? That's what we got to look for. See the problem and then become a solution. We got to see the problem and become a solution. That's what we have to do if we trying to move and generate some type of positivity within the community, because that's where everything fell off in the first place, is in our communities. So that was just something that was on my mind, because I know how it works. I know how people move. I know how people think. Anybody that's from the hood, anybody that's been in the streets, anybody that know the reality of how people think when you move different, how people think when you're not doing what they used to do or what they still doing. People look at you different. They look at you funny. They throw that hate jacket on you. They put it out there as if you forgot about him, or he don't fuck with me. He ain't fuck with me like that, or I don't like him no more because of this, or whatever. People, that's how some people think, and that's not even what it is. Because they missing the whole big picture, the big point of it all. So I just want to put that out there. I ain't forgetting about nobody that I grew up with and nobody that I was out there with. It's the principle of how I'm moving now. I'm moving differently. And I'm not saying some of those guys not moving different, because some of them are. But my point is this: even if we moving differently in a positive way, but the direction we going might not be the same direction as the person that we knew back in the past, we still not gonna always come together like we supposed to, simply because we moving different. It's got to be one of them situations where we just meet in the middle. Other than that, that's what that is. So that's just a disclaimer I wanted to let people know. Like we don't knock rap artists at all. We don't knock none of that. You're welcome to come on the podcast, but we want the story, man. We want to hear what you've been through, how you got there, because everybody don't have the skill to rap. Everybody can't put an album out. Everybody don't have that type of talent. But everybody feel pain. Everybody struggle. Everybody going through something that they feel no one can understand. So to put something out there that they can relate to speak on things that we know that can uplift people, that's what we aiming for. That's why we do it. That's why we do it. Other than that, y'all, I think I done spit a little too much time on here, but I just want to speak on that a little bit to let people really understand it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than that. So, y'all check out aliveshoes.com once again. www.aliveshoes.com/drop-turners. www.aliveshoes.com/drops-41. Go to Amazon.com. Check out my book, Don't Think Like Me, Just Think. Go to Amazon.com. Check out my book, Don't think like me, just think. Y'all stay elevated, stay motivated, stay educated. Keep your minds and your hearts right. Keep them in a positive space. Stay tapped into the podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.